Hello friends, so we're going to look at some problems, equations, tables, and graphs, and we're going to put them all together. So this video is going to be really requiring you to pause the video and stop and really think about what we're saying before you check the answer, because if you're just like writing down the stuff that we do in this video, then you're really not going to get anything at all out of this video, and there's no point in you watching it. But if you are going to really stop and think about what we're saying, then you might get a lot out of it. So you should have this paper in front of you. You have this paper with you, and we are going to go ahead and start and try to fill in all of the blanks for the problem, equation, table, and graph. So let's start. We're going to read the problem out loud first. House plumbing charges blank dollars per half hour for labor in addition to a service fee of blank dollars. Write an equation that could be used to determine C, the total cost for plumbing repairs by House Plumbing for H hours. Okay, so go ahead and pause that and think about what was in this situation so far. Think about what numbers we need to plug in for the blanks. Think about what else we're going to be doing. Okay, so you should have unpaused it right now. So if we look here, this has blanks in it, so there's no way we can answer anything without filling in these blanks and really seeing what that is. So notice that another piece of information you're given is the equation. So it says to write an equation, and they actually gave you the equation. So we're going to use this equation to fill in these blanks. So let's start by looking at the equation C equals 25 plus 15H. And notice it asks you to define C and H. Well, let's start by trying to define those variables. So we'll start with C since it's first. C is here in our equation. I'm going to go ahead and highlight that. And C is also in our problem. So we'll highlight where it says C in our problem. To determine C, ay Dios mío, look, we don't even have to do any work. It tells us right here, C, comma, the total cost for plumbing repairs. So what does C represent? Ay, claro, it represents the total cost for plumbing repairs. So I want you to do the same thing for H over here and fill in H. So pause the video and do H. So now that we've defined that, we need to reread this equation because we've got to figure out what this 25 and what this 15 represents so that we can fill in over here. So we're going to read this as the total cost, that's what C was, the total cost equals 25 plus 15 times the number of hours worked. So the total cost equals 25 plus 15 times the number of hours worked. Okay, so this 15 then is our, what? What do we call that? What we multiply the variable by? This is our rate of change for this situation. So 15 is the rate of change. If 15 is our rate of change, that means the cost per hour. That's why we're multiplying times the number of hours. So let's look over here and try to fill that in somewhere. House plumbing charges blank dollars per half hour for labor. Uh-oh. It's talking about per half hour here. This is the rate of change. This is 15 per hour. So what do we need to do to find out the cost per half hour so we can fill it in here? So 15 divided by 2, because that would get me half of an hour. So 15 divided by 2 is $7.50 per half hour. So 15 represented that rate of change, the cost per hour. Now we have 25 plus 15 times H. So let's look back at the situation. It says house plumbing charges $7.50 per half hour for labor. In addition, in addition means to add. I'm going to put a plus right here. In addition to a service fee of blank dollars. Well, what would that service fee be? Yes, the 25 here is the service fee. So if we look here, we have house plumbing charges $7.50 per half hour in addition to a service fee of $25. So we have the total cost equal to the service fee plus $15 per hour. So we're done with the first two boxes, and now we can fill in our table and our graph on the next video. So see you there.